Hello. Hey, y'all. Hey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Hope you guys are doing really well where you are. Hi. Hey. Good morning. Oh, okay. How to live the story? How do you do that? I wanted to figure out TikTok, child. Okay, anywho, let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Scene. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, collective. How y'all doing? Flowers. Two more times. Hey, Amethyst. Flowers. One more time. Thank you. Flowers. Yes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. All that information is in the description box below. All right, so let's get into this read. This is a good one. All of them are good, but you know, channel message here is they're blackmailing each other. Okay. So I took some time to break down the etymology of certain words here, and of course, it's all going to make sense at the end. But I just want you guys to get like a deeper understanding as to why some individuals do what they do. Okay. So this is specifically for the group that had came up against you, and please keep in mind this is a collective read. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Okay. All right. So there's a group of people, or more so, everything started from the family dynamic, the nuclear family. So you had a very rough upbringing with a specific family member. It could be a mom, a dad, an older sister, an uncle, or aunts, like whoever, you know, you lived with when you were younger. And that person is the one that more so attempted to set up your life for disaster. So much so that they thought that they could use other people within your connections to destroy your life. What's happening now is that now that you are aware as to what they've done, they now feel very afraid or scared because they don't want to get caught or they don't want to go to jail. So what they're doing now is they're blackmailing each other and they're pointing fingers towards one another. Here's the funny part. I'm strongly picking up a mother or a father figure. But as I mentioned, take it how it resonates because, you know, the roles can switch, okay? But mother figure or father figure here specifically work with one or two or three of your exes, but specifically a love interest that you were connected to at the time. And they did not want you guys to be together because at the time, they thought that the connection can turn into something very beautiful, and they did not want that to happen. So the parents, the toxic parents, started to groom this ex to get you to be seen or shown in a different way, more so in a negative way. The ex started to, you know, breaking down or broke down mentally and more so perceptionally or perception wise, and they started to believe what this toxic parent had to say about you. What happened here is that the toxic ex thought because of the horrendous and very vile and evil things that this toxic parent was saying about you to them, they thought that they have all reins, all control, or more so permission to, you know, to harm you, to put you in harm's way and things of that nature. Things are getting very serious now, and the toxic parent is going to try to frame the ex for attempting to harm you. Reason being is because the toxic parent already had this set up as if you were going to be completely out of here. No questions asked. They just knew so deep in their mind, their body, and their soul that you were just not going to be here. And they were banking on that. Well, to the point where it did not happen. And you're still out and about, and you're still, you know, with your la-di-da self, and you still being visible for other people to see. It really rocks their soul or rocks their energy, or it triggers them to no end. So the ex took money from your parent or the parental units or the parent that you were living under, took the money, but they weren't successful, and the parent is still going to push blame on the ex. The reason why the toxic parent is still going to push blame onto the ex is because the ex took the money. Here is the etymology of the word blackmail. It is tribute paid to men allied coming together with criminals as protection against pillage. Okay? The etymology of the word pillage is to plunder, loot, or ill treat. Okay? Plunder, the etymology of the word plunder is to take goods or valuable forcibly from or take by pillage or open force. So this mother figure or father figure knew that this ex loved money, because the mother figure and father figure also love money as well. So you may have been raised in a household here where they may have always seen that they had money, or they came off as if they had money. You may have had like your friends or your schoolmates or so that may have actually uttered the words that y'all were rich, but you weren't rich physically. If that makes sense. So visibly, you didn't look rich because of how they treated you. They gave you the bare minimum of things. But when it came to them, every time they stepped out like, to the nines, hair done, nails, like everything, and you just get the bare minimum. So the toxic parent here who did not like you, strongly feeling a mother figure here that just they really despise you to the end, where they just like the sight of you, hearing your voice, seeing you, it repulses them. And they wanted to hurt you or harm you in any way, shape, or form, but they wanted to keep their hands clean. So this is how the ex came into the picture here, because they realized that the ex was into the same type time they were on in regards to finances, the lavish way, the lavish lifestyle, the perception of things, in a rich way. And the ex took the money because the toxic parents was, grooming them to try to come towards you or try to harm you, okay? Now, yes, it did not happen, and that's where the issue is, because they feel stuck. And now they're trying to, well, you said it, but you told me, and you said that they were, and you said they would not. They isolated you to harm you. That's all they did. They isolate you to harm you, and they took money. Your parent gave your ex money to come towards you to do foolishness towards you here. Now, the ex is frantic and very afraid, has a lot of anxiety, can't move forward, scared, and they're actually wanting to have a conversation with you. As mentioned before, I'm just an advisor. I only can advise you, and I try to advise you in the, to the best, I try to give you the best outcome so you can receive the best outcome. I highly, highly, highly advise not to have a conversation with this person. Here's why. Because I feel like, yes, even though that the ex is being blackmailed by your parents now, they feel like that you are the only one that can get them out of this issue here, because they feel like that you know the parent and you don't know this parent. If that makes sense, despite you living with them, they don't know you and you don't know them, right? But they're not looking at it from that way. They're just looking at the link, or more so the term mom or dad, and they're just assuming that you can say certain things or you can do certain things to get this parent off their back. They need to go to the police district. They need to go to law enforcement if they feel afraid for their, their being, if they feel like that, they could be in harm's way, then they need to report to the local authorities, and you stay out of that. I highly, highly, highly advise you to stay out of that, because what this ex may try to do is they may try to bring you down as well too, because they need to reconnect with you to establish an alibi. That's what this ex is trying to do. So I just highly advise you guys to just stay out of this, okay? and just watch it. Just watch it fall, because it's literally playing out in real life time right now. Okay. So since it wasn't successful, the parents was going, so the toxic parents set it up as a win-win situation for them anyways. Here's how. The first part of the win would have been that the ex accepted the money, which they did, and they thought that they would have been successful with taking the money and doing what they were supposed to do towards you. Wrong. They also thought that if it was successful, the ex would have taken the blame or the fall for what they have done maliciously towards you. The other part of the win, again, it's a win-win situation. The other part that the toxic parent thought it would have been a win, as if now that things are getting very hot or more serious, they still have proof that the ex took money to do this thing here. So they're still trying to spin it in a way that it all comes down to the ex. All arrows point to the ex, but the ex is not going for that. The ex is fighting back. The ex has their own proof of whatever. They all have proof on one another. And it's a blame game. You and you and you. No, you and you and you and you. It's a blame game. So now it's creating a rift within that dynamic, or that circle of group that came together to do something malicious towards you. And no one wants to take blame for what they have done towards you. No one wants to step up and say, hey, it was me. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to take blame for it, because no one wants to go to jail, which is just very odd to me. You could do the crime, but you can't do the time. Anywho. So that's the backstory of all this currently. So let's get into the cards here. But it's just not looking good, because this ex is going to fight this mother figure or father figure back in regards to getting them in trouble, because they feel like that they were groomed, or they feel like that they were duped into doing something malicious towards you. Like I said, I just think very differently when it just comes to like life matters or just life in general. And I truly do feel that, yes, if you have a moral compass, despite someone trying to come towards you to get them to do, harmful things towards other people, that moral compass is supposed to kick in and say, you know what? Nah, that don't feel right. Nah, I'm not going to do that. No, you know what I mean? Like, I can get in trouble for this. Your moral compass is there to help guide you out of trouble, or to keep you out of trouble. So I don't feel like that they have a very strong case in regards to feeling groomed, because they went the extra mile. They knew it was wrong. And here's how they knew it was wrong. They were doing it behind your back quietly. They knew it was wrong. They were trying to set you up. It's like a puzzle piece, right? But it's in the dark. Knowing you have certain pieces that needs to fit to make a bigger picture of things, but they did not want you to be aware that it was actually being orchestrated. Why would they not want you to be aware of what's going on in regards to you? So that tells me again that they were very intentional with what they were trying to do towards you. So this is why I feel, because this is going to go to court for the ones that are still remaining, if that makes sense. Because some feel very pre-transitional, because they don't want the heat. They don't want to take this heat. They don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to go to court. They don't want to face a judge. They don't want to deal with any of this. They want this to go away. So some may actually pre-transition themselves out, okay? For the ones that are left that actually do get to see the judge, because I saw future-wise into the future, and I was like, oh shoot. It's not going to hold up in court. It's not. It's way too much overwhelming evidence in regards to what they created. Yes, Red Violet on YouTube says they created it. Yes, they did. A creation starts with a thought. It just depends on how you create the thought that came to you. You have two options. You can create with that one thought or that one notion. You can create something great out of that one notion, or you can create something negative out of that notion, that one notion. So it depends on how you see things or how you perceive life, right? Because we all got free will, right? This ex is not, this ex is fighting tooth and nail with this mother figure or father figure, and they're not taking the blame for this. Like I kept hearing in my meditation, I'm not going down for this. I'm not going down for this. I'm not going down for this. Why would they do this to me? So the ex feels not only threatened, but they feel bamboozled by the parent that you told them to stay away from. For whoever resonates with this part here, when you were dealing with the ex-spouse, whatever, however, you told them and you warned them that the family dynamic is not who they said they were. You said you need to stay away from that family. You know what I mean? You even explained what you went through, what transpired with you when you were living with that family dynamic, and they completely ignored everything that you said, because again, when people hear the word mom or dad, they automatically assume it's the best thing since sliced bread, and everybody is not equipped to be a mother or father. Let's just call it what it is. Okay? Yeah, they trusted your family more than they trusted you, which is crazy. But anywho, let people do what they gotta do. Sleeping dogs have to lie sometime. Sleeping dogs have to lie sometime. And right now they feeling very doggish. And they don't like the feeling that they have to be, laid down because of what they decided to agree to. So that's on them. Anywho, okay. Let's see. I cut the deck here, and we have a what's this called? An hourglass. This is an hourglass right here, and if you look closely, you see how the sand is more so. There's more sand at the bottom versus the top here, which tells me that time has ran out. Not even time is running out. Time has ran out. Okay. The time to try to apologize towards you, the time to try to fix the situation in a better way. The time has run out here, and all parties involved is realizing that the time is up, and they're trying to get out of Dodge, and it's just not going to work that way. They were the ones that included higher enforcement, law enforcement, the alphabet boys, because TikTok been very... yeah, TikTok, I gotta be very, TikTok's very sensitive with what I say, so I gotta be careful with what I say. So, anywho, the alphabet boys, hopefully you catch my drift, okay? They're the one that called into the higher law enforcement agencies here to create false reports about you, saying that you were doing things strange for change, saying that you were making money in a very negative way, just anything to railroad you. And they were watching you. They were tapping into your phone and everything. They were listening to your conversation. And please don't take this the wrong way. I say this with love. You may come off as boring. And here's what I mean when I say boring. You don't do anything. Like, you're not one to be all in the mix in other people's space. You ain't all out. Like, you tend to self. You live life for self, And society-wise, it feels like you come off as boring. I get it. I'm a boring person too. Not really, but if you catch my drift, meaning like you're not doing anything that's going to potentially put you in harm's way or put other people in harm's way, So that's why they may feel like your life is boring, So when they watched you and they tapped into your phone, they're like, well, what is the collective doing? Nothing. You may be, looking online for how to take care of your body or how to eat better. Like the history of your search is not negative. It was just all about you, And that's what the detectives have seen or are seeing. Yes, you mind your business and spread love. Yes, that's the way it should be. Mind your business and spread love. Okay? And when they realize, because they fine teeth comb you for at least 2 years, is what I saw in my meditative state. I saw the number 2. And I do feel like that the alphabet boys were watching you very closely for 2 years, day in and day out. And day in and day out, you did the same thing, day in and day out. It's like watching baby paint paint dry. You know? Please don't take that the wrong way. So it's like, well, the collective ain't doing anything. The collective is just the collective is just doing their own thing. You know what I mean? So you're going to be exonerated from all of this. Even if you may feel anxiety or you might be unsure, I'm telling you, if you know you didn't do anything, always keep this in the back of your beautiful mind. If you know you didn't do anything, you have nothing to worry about. If you know that you're telling the truth and nothing but the truth, you have nothing to worry about. Despite what people try to do to you. And they're going to try. They're going to try to discredit your truth. They're going to try to challenge your truth. But no one can challenge the truth because, again, the truth is what it is. So whoever is experiencing anxiety or, you're unsure, you have nothing to worry about. I'm telling you. Okay? Let's keep moving forward. I sleep good at night. I do. I wake up fully rested. I do. I have no worries in my mind. I didn't do anything. So I'm not going to project that, or I'm not going to push that into the universe. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to do that. On the other hand, meanwhile, look, okay, we're gonna look. So this is strong confirmation. Time. Everything is about time right now. And they know for a fact they're running out of time. What they're trying to do, see, this woman is sleeping here, or man, whoever, however, but this person here is trying to snooze or trying to stop the clock so they can get more time, more rest, more sleep, more time to think. How can I get out this situation? How can I turn the situation around? Is it something different I can do? Because normally when we think of the depiction of a clock or an alarm clock here, we trying to get more time in. Let's say you got to be at work for 9 o'clock, right? And it's like 7:55, and you're behind. Been supposed to be up since like 6 o'clock. But every time that alarm burn, 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 you just hit that alarm. You're like, man, I need some more rest. This is figuratively speaking, of course. And that's what's happening here. They want more time to stop the clock, but they cannot. They can't. The time has ran out. The time has completely ran out, no matter how they spin it. Okay. You see the camera here? You see the camera here, right? Look closely at the picture. There's a lot of depiction. I'm speaking metaphorically or figuratively. There's a depiction of fall. If you look at the leaf is here, the background, you see pumpkins. And when I think of fall, I think of harvest time. We have 4 seasons of the year: spring, summer, fall, and winter, right? And when it's coming around fall, I like to look at fall as a time to harvest. So all of the time that you have taken to work during your winter months, because winter months are very barren, it's very cold. That's when you have to probably more so do most of your work or work much harder. So that way when spring comes, you're going to start to see the seed that you plant is going to start to grow, right? Then once summer comes around, it's at its fullest, it's at its best. It's not quite ready yet to harvest, but you can see the fruits of your labor paying off when you start in winter. Again, this is metaphorically, figuratively speaking, right? Finally, fall comes back around and everything is starting to change. right? So you're going to have to like uproot that harvest or that produce that you have take time to nurture to ensure you get the best yield of your work or produce, etc., etc. So with this picture here and the camera here, people are seeing what they have harvested. No one can hide what they've harvested. Everything's on them. The picture is on them. People are getting the bigger picture of them. People are seeing the picture or the bigger picture of the harvest. And they didn't harvest anything good. They wasted time. See, they used their season, the 4 seasons, they use that in a different way to stay hidden, to do things in a very malicious way, to do things to blindside other people, if that makes sense. And when it came time for the harvest time or fall to come back around, they had nothing to show for it. Literally and figuratively, they had nothing to show for it. They're saying that they were doing all these things, but when it came time to show the harvest, because if you're doing the work, it's going to show. No matter how much you may try to hide it, it's still going to show. I'm just being honest with you. It's still going to show. And that's what they did not do. The work or the produce that they yield does not commiserate to the actual work that they put in or the time that they put in. They didn't put into anything here. Listen, get out of here, okay? All right, let's keep moving forward. Look at the head with the locks. At the time, they thought or assumed that 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads, 5 heads were better than 1. Okay. However, whatever, they assumed and they thought that many heads put together against one person, meaning you, were going to be very, very, very successful. And they were wrong. They're trying to find the lock. They're trying to, well, you said, no, and you said, and they're trying to use all the different keys that they can find, old keys that no longer work because you have awakened. You have the key. You have the right key. You hold the master key, and they're trying to, let's say in the chest, let's say these are keys, right? All many different types of keys in here, and you don't know which one belongs to who. They're using each other keys to attempt to open up something to help them get out of the situation, and it's not working. The keys that they did have are obsolete. That's why this person here is trying to use this person's lock to get out. They're trying to use each other. Here's their lock, and here's this person's key. Well, let me use this key. Let me use this. It's not working. It's not working. So they're drowning right now. Look. Look. Baby, I ain't making it up. Because they don't have the correct key to get out of the situation, but you are the key, which is why this ex is trying to come towards you to get you to use your master key to get them out the foolishness that they create. Do not use your master key of self to get anybody out of the situation that they place themselves in. Remember, they thought they were big and bad, right? But behind the scenes, well, they need to keep that same energy of being big and bad in front of everyone to see, right? Because they can't find the correct key, they're, it's like, I can't take it anymore. Oh my God, in that kind of way. is frustrating them. It's infuriating them. What do you mean? Where's the key? Where's the key? I can't get out of this. I can't get out of this. So because they can't get out of it, they're having a meltdown, a mental meltdown. This is mental work. Having the correct tools or the correct keys to ensure that you are, mentally well is very important on your path. Very important on your path. And since they don't have the correct keys to open up that part in their mind, they feel stuck. It's like Fear Factor. I know y'all saw Fear Factor before, right? Fear Factor is one of those shows with Joe Rogan that tested the limits of people's capacity. I'll say mental capacity and even emotional capacity, because you really have to have a strong stomach to be on such a show in that nature. One episode I remember, I believe there was a woman or a couple, they were in a box, a clear box, and I believe they put like spiders or scorpions or something, but they were also tied up while they were in the actual box. So there are many different, they have many restrictions or limitations as to what they can do to get out of this box. So let's just say, hypothetically, they had 2 minutes, right? They're tied up with this lock and key. On top of them having 2 minutes, they have these bugs that's coming in and is just falling down very quickly. So now you bring it forth in fright, fear. Sometimes you could be, you're not sure, so your mind is going to put you in survival mode, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to do everything possible to get out of that situation. So that survival mode is going to kick in here. And normally, when people are not able to get out of survival mode, they tend to cause self-sabotage to self. They do. All the things that they were holding within, we can even look at it in this way. All the darkness that they were holding within, it's so heavy that the only thing that they can do is scream. And when you scream, people are going to notice, right? Figuratively speaking. People are going to notice. And that's what's happening here, because people are realizing that they never had the keys. You did. How in the world you going to give your master key to someone to just have complete access about you? Absolutely not. It's like a janitor. A janitor has many different keys for many different doors. And that janitor have all of the master keys. That janitor is the only person that is held responsible to ensure that no one else have access to those master keys. You have to specifically go to that janitor and say, hey, I've been locked out my apartment or whatever. And they have to give you the keys to open it back up. Hopefully that makes sense. Figuratively speaking, we're going to say you're the janitor, figuratively speaking. And they're trying to come towards you because they know that you hold the keys to all of this. And they're hoping and praying that you help get them out. You bet not. I said it, with love, but you bet not. Let them find their own keys. Let them create their own keys. Since they want to play games, right? Since they want to play Fear Factor, right? Since they want to be on Fear Factor, right? Let them figure it out. I'm going to keep saying it. It don't pay to be evil. It don't. It don't. Because when you pay, figuratively speaking, when you pay to be evil, 10 times out of 10, it never works in their favor. Because that huge cost that they put up for sale is themselves. And they don't realize that. They don't realize the evil that they paid for comes with excruciating outcome, circumstance, negativity. They don't understand that. They don't. And they ain't got nothing to do with you. Let them all fall and watch. Get your drink. Get you a nice plate of food, get a frock, a nice frock, and watch the Truman Show. What's this? You bet not. You bet not. So we have a fire here. So it's like they're, okay. Let me show you the picture first. And let me sit with this message. It's like they're trying to keep warm. Like all they have left is this little bit of fire or this small, they just have this small fire that they feel can keep them warm. If you look around in this picture, it's very vast. Like the coldness is very vast, and they feel like that they feel like that they can't keep the heat off of them, or they feel like that there's not enough heat to keep them warm. And that will more so mean in regards to their protection. They want to feel protected. They want to feel safe, but they don't feel safe because this toxic parent here is really gunning for them to take the blame for what they've done towards you. And they're not going down without a fight. It's just not going to be pretty. It's just not going to be pretty. See, in the dark, there's a little child here in the dark, and we can look at that as a form of the inner child that is coming out now. Because you know, when a child is scared, they may be secluded, or they may be withdrawn, And I do feel like this person is tapping more into their childlike state because they feel very vulnerable. They need help, or they want help, and they feel like no one is helping them here. So they're in the dark trying to research, see the many books that they're trying to read upon, but it's more so they're trying to read their opponent or the enemy that they shook hands with. They're the one that made the agreement, the deal with evil. They did. Their moral compass was not on, or they just ignored their moral compass. Whatever. So they're trying to figure out ways to study them, the same person that they took the money from, the parent, the toxic parent, and they're trying to figure out how they can get them in trouble. Every last person involved. It don't matter if it's you and you and you and you and you, and you did it, no, and you did it, because it doesn't matter who or what it is. Everyone that was involved is going to be in trouble, no matter where they point fingers to. I really love this deck. I do. And they don't like you because we're going to look at this as the moon. Okay. Moon represents intuition. Moon represents to reveal things. And you can also hide things if you work with the moon. That's another story. And they use the moon, or they work with the moon, or the moon phases. That's all they know, is just how to work with the moon. And there are many different ways to do things, but we ain't going to get into that today. Okay. But their choice of tools or arsenal to come against you was to work with the moon. Okay? Specifically for women, your period could be synced up with the moon. So, for instance, you may have a period on a full moon, or you may have a period on a waning moon. You know what I mean? It depends on how connected you are, because you can connect with the moon on many different things as well, too. The moon controls the tides of the waters. The moon has a specific job or task that it needs to do to ensure everything is, in balance. And they wanted to use the moon in a negative way to hide what they're doing, but also the moon illuminates. That's why I say you got to be very careful in what you're doing, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna be messed up. There are two sides to everything. There are two sides to everything. Even us, we have two sides, two eyes, two ears, a top lip, a bottom lip, two nostrils, etc. A top teeth, a bottom teeth, one. We all is everything is duality. Everything, everything is duality. Two legs, two arms, two kidneys. Everything is duality. But anywho. They're waiting by the phone, or they're trying to call you or reach you. They could be sitting by the phone, trying to figure out what they're going to say towards you to get them out the situation. And you're not, hopefully not. They should have thought about that before they took their funds. Why would they take their funds? They gambled. They gambled. And they lost because of the risk that they took. Oh, well. Man, risk taker. Gambling and risk taker. They took a big gamble, a big risk, and they failed. Hey, David. They're untrustworthy. They don't trust the parent that they took the money from to do foolishness towards you, and it's weakening them because they don't know how to get out of the situation with unable to express emotions. Prey is in reverse. Now, what this parental unit here is trying to do, and I feel like they may have been successful, that, my goodness, we have liar and homeless. That's crazy. You do dirt with someone and you can't trust the person that you did dirt with. Make it make sense. Please make that make sense. How you going to lay in bed with someone that's negative and they're showing you that they have the strong intentions to be negative and you can't trust them because things start to go awry and come on, you puppy showing me. That don't make sense. You don't trust the person that you did dirt with? That one ain't making sense to me. I just saying, it don't make sense. I keep saying, pick sense out of nonsense. Look, dreams come true is in reverse. What dream? The dream that they really wanted to come true was to hurt you. That's not why would you want to dream of something like that? That's not something good to dream about for the demise of another person. That's crazy. They have a bad-minded spirit, a blighted spirit. That's what they have. But we also have STD as well, which they do have. Because when the money ran out, the yams didn't. And they was yamming down the place, child, if you catch my drift, right? You know what yams are, right? They was yamming down the place, leaving the secretions, the trash truck juice all over. That's how they paid when they didn't have any more currency, fiat, dollars, dineros, the yen, the baht, pesos. Look, fake rich. You fake rich? The toxic parent knew that your ex was fake rich. This is the type of person that would have an $800,000, $900,000 monthly payment, and they rates high as heck for their car. High interest rates, right? And they knew that because they wanted to keep up with the Joneses. Fake rich. Knowing that they knew that this ex of yours, ex-spouse, ex-lover, whatever, however resonates, wanted to keep up with the Joneses, they knew that they had them. So they gave them the money and they accepted. 100% wholeheartedly accepted. Yamming down the street, yes, boo. They yammed. They yammed and they failed. We have illegal activity. Yes. And they've done many things that were very illegal. And there's proof to show of the things that they have done. For some that resonate with this, there was already a funeral planned for you. Hear me and hear me well. Why would you be planning a funeral for me without my knowledge? I'm not aware I'm supposed to be out of here. I have stuff to do. You are not. You're not in control of me. And I say this collectively, generally speaking. I don't care if you don't like me. But just because you don't like me doesn't give you the right to try to put me 6 feet under. I got stuff to do on this thing called Earth. I don't have time to play your games. But if it's a game that you want to play, what I will do is I will expose you for your game, make you very vulnerable, destroy your game, and just watch you. Help me. Help. I will watch you. I sure will. And I will laugh a big belly full because I don't care. I don't play nobody's games. I mean that when I say that. I'm not playing no game of Jumanji. I'm not playing no game of life. I'm not playing anybody's games. I'm just not. I ain't got it in me. Call me what you want. I'm not playing your game. There's a profound picture of men laying down or scooting over or bending over, and there's a chess table over it. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know the name of it. Let me see if I can find it. I might not be able to, but there's a really profound depiction of, I think it's like 2 or 4 men that are bent over, and the chest is literally on top of their back. All you gotta do is stand up to destroy the game. They don't want you to stand up. They want you to bend over and take the game as is. I'm not playing nobody's game. I'm not. I'm just not. And that depiction of that profound picture is that they didn't want you to stand up to the game. They want you to bend over and take it. And I'm not doing that at all. I'm just not. I can't find it. I can't find it. Let me see, men. Because dang, men bending over chest or something. If y'all know the specific name of that, if you can help me out with that, I really would appreciate it. I'll look in the comments to see. But I can't find it. But you said that you guys understand what I'm saying here. I was just trying to get a depiction so you can actually see it. But oh, old man playing. Let me see if I can put that. Hold on. Old men bending chest picture. No, it's not popping up. It's not popping up. Okay. But y'all catch my drift. They're suffering in silence. I said family. I said family. Family suffering in silence because family went against you. Well, why are you suffering in silence? Again, people who are guilty of whatever they're guilty of is going to make them tilt. A guilty person cannot stay still. They can't. They don't even have to say things half the time. Their actions or the mannerisms of self or their personality is going to show. That's going to be the star of their personality, the guilt. They get fidgety. They get upset. They yell at you, rah, yah, just to deflect or to push away the guilt that they feel. They don't want you to see that they're guilty. So they're going to do everything possible to ensure, or more so gaslight you to make you feel like it's your fault. That's a negative. Big negative, boo. So we have intuitive here. And they looked at your intuition as a form of being illegal. or you're insane, and you're this, and yeah, and blah blah blah, and you shouldn't, and you should. And they were trying everything possible to keep you bend while they had the game on top your back. I wish I could find that picture, child. I just wish I could find that picture. They want you to bend over, and have the game on your back. They want you to carry their game on your back. Absolutely not. Okay, type in game on back of men. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Game on back of men. Second row. Hold on. I don't see it. Game on back of men. I'm gonna say chess game. Let me put profiled picture. Hold on. It ain't popping up. Okay. Monopoly? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Hold on, y'all, because I want y'all to visually see it. So, oh man, darn it. Okay. Nope, it's not coming up. Ah, darn it. Maybe it's not supposed to. Darn it. All right. It's a painting. Ah, okay. Hold on. Still not popping up. Darn. Okay. Okay, it's okay. If I do find a picture, I'll post it and I'll go deeper into that picture. So we have alcoholic here. Okay, thank you. We have alcoholic here. And they could have tried to get you to become an alcoholic. If you can put it in my inbox, that'd be great. The Phoenix Empire, if possible, or you can email it to me. My email is afrozen8888 afrozen8888 I would really appreciate that. So we have illegal activity and alcoholic here, right? And they may have tried to push you down a path to where you become an alcoholic, because they want you to, they want to shift or alter the way that your mind sees things. They want your mind to play tricks on you. They wanted to control the narrative here, and they can't. They burnt out. They burnt out by candle magic because they were working with the moon. They're working with the moon. Karmic. Yes. Mind games. Yes. And if you're not careful, people will use mind games as a form of a game, as a form of manipulation, as a form of gaslighting. And also with the mind games can also be connected to chess. But again, we're not dealing with individuals that play chess. They play checkers. So despite that profound picture, as I've mentioned before, it's chess on top of their back. They were playing checkers the whole time, because everything that they have done was emotional. And when you're playing with chess, or when you're dealing with chess, everything is logical. Emotional versus logical. An emotional person is not going to win over a person that's logical. They're not. So the moment that you stood up and fling back their game, they don't know what else to do, because that's all they knew. When someone has created an MO and they have mastered it, they're going to push it to the end or to the edge or to the limit because they really, really, truly, truly made sure that they were very masterful in their foolishness. And look what happened to mastering foolishness. You get more foolishness at the end. It's a cheetah. It's a cheetah, boo. They wanted to cheat the game. And you know what happens when you cheat game, right? You don't end well when you want to cheat on a game. Dark energy. Go ahead and cheat the game if you want to and see what happens. It's a universal game as well, too. That's a different story for another time. Don't play games. Don't play with your life. Your life is not a game. I'm going to keep saying that. Because that's what you have to put on the line when you play people's games. Don't play with your life. And that comes with a hefty price or cost when you put your life on the line to play people's games. They wanted you in the game of Jumanji. No, absolutely not. We all knew what happened. Hopefully you saw the movie Jumanji with Robin Williams. As soon as he opened that thing up, child, everything was flying out the middle of the thing, the portal. Everything was flying out. They couldn't control it. They had to play the game to get out of the game. And that could be spun in many different ways. They're insufferable. These people, these parasites, they're insufferable. Dark energy. So just because it's a simulation doesn't mean that you have to play the game. So what are you saying? Okay, yeah, we live in a simulation, but just because we live in a simulation don't mean you gotta play it. Again, there are many ways to do things. So what are you saying? You just repeated what I said. Dark energy. Yeah, they were very abusive. They were very abusive. The portal of the game in Jumanji was just that. It was dark. It was in the middle. When they opened it up, because it was like a flap. And when they opened it up, they had a little cup and two dices or one dice opened up or whatever fell out. But they didn't touch it. But all they had to do was just open up the game. And they didn't know the rules to the game. They just saw it. It was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just see what this is. And that's what they did. Curiosity harmed the cat. Well, okay, I could use this one. It's not specifically this one, but someone just sent me this. Oh, shoot. Hold on. We can use this picture too. Hold on. Somebody said, hold on. Hold on. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Y'all sending me the pictures. Hold on. Let me see. Yes. That's what I'll be talking about. You know what I'm talking about? I love y'all. That's what. This is it right here. This is it right here. This is it right here. You see how they try to be the power play? They playing a game on top of you. All you have to do is stand up. Don't let nobody play no game on your back. You're not a PlayStation. You're not an Xbox. You're not a computer. You're not any of those things. Let no one play no game on top of your back. Because if you play the game, you're going to have to carry that game on your back. And it's a very hard game to get out of. Or that's what they want you to think. Imagine they wanted to put you in a game that they created. I'm gonna make a post. Yep. I don't know who sent this, but thank you so much. KR, thank you so much for sending this to me. I'm going to post it and then you can screenshot. Thank you so much. I'm not sure the title. If you could mention the title, whoever sent this, could you mention the title, please? Because I'm not sure myself. And the minute, look, tower moments and then repossession. The moment that you realize the game that they play or they try to get you to play, you can create the tower moment. And that's what you did. The truth of what it is. Don't carry no one's games on your back. Oh, thank you, Phoenix. Don't allow anyone to get you to carry their foolish game on your back. No. Because if you look at this here, they were capitalizing off of the game. They were capitalizing off of the game. You see the individuals at the bottom, they have no clothes, they have no identity. They're just there, just holding it up. That's all they're doing, just holding it up. All you gotta do is just stand up. This parental unit wanted to take away your home, your security, your identity, your financial. They wanted to take everything that made you you. And they were okay with that, to the point of even actually putting you in harm's way to ensure that they can keep the things that they have taken from you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Toxic. Toxic. This parental unit was very toxic towards you. And they had other people that felt the same way but didn't want to say anything, because you're a person that could be very brash or very blunt in how you speak things. But that's the truth. The truth comes off as such, brash and blunt. So, or you two this, or you two that, or you think you know, and da 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 da. Anything to discredit the truth that cannot be hidden. So they felt some type of way towards you because you're speaking too much truth. And they feel they had to penalize you for speaking too much truth. But look at them now. I go back to that's them, like the crows. I know you heard crows before, right? You've heard crows when they squawk. And that's what they're doing right now. They're squawking. They're squawking. Quack, quack. We have faith in reverse. They don't have any faith. Somebody said woof woof. Oh man. Oh goodness. Oh man, family is toxic. Toxic family. That was jealous of you. Ooh, that was jail. But they're going to jail. Jealous was there, but it disappeared. So that tells me here that they did not want you to be aware that they were jealous of you. And they wanted to put you in a compromising position. Absolutely not. Every time I come on live, these neighbors put their music on. Watch. That's going to change around here. Every time. Hopefully y'all can't hear it, but they're scared. We have fear. They're very afraid. Because this ex don't want to take blame for what they have done towards you. This parent don't want to take blame for what they have done towards you. So it's like, may the best criminal win. Yeah, see what I talk about? See? You can hear it, right? Yeah, they real. It's okay. They ain't stopping nothing, child. They ain't stopping nothing. See, we got one to download. See, I told, yeah, see? As long as y'all can hear what I hear, because they got a music room right behind here. And they do that all the time, but it's not for too much longer though. That's all I'm saying. Anywho, we have High Priestess here. So you could be a high priest or high priestess, and this just basically means that you're fully tapped into self, right? The divinity of self is what that meant. Yeah, we have attention here. And this X, it could be a Libra, however it resonates. You're not in communication with this person at this moment. Okay, but in regards to, interesting. This attention gardening tool, which is a Libra here that you're not in communication with, they may have lost their psychism, or they're not able to tap into their gifts anymore. So however that resonates for you. Financial failure. And then we also have thief in reverse. So this person, this Libra that's in financial failure here, they weren't able to take or steal what they were told to take from you, which is your life. See, they look at your life as a price, and that's why they paid the price to put something over your life. Hopefully that makes sense. They didn't see your life as priceless. They seen it as a form of a price. And they put a lot of finances over your life, and they thought they were going to be successful, and they weren't. And this is why they're emotionally exhausted. As long as it don't copyright my thing, because if it copyright my thing, it's just going to be a whole different story. And I'm going to say what I need to say. So it is what it is. Because it's only 7:09 in the morning. Why are you playing music at 7:09 in the morning? So, I'll take care of it. They won't be here for long anyways. They won't. They'll be out of here soon. They will. And I promise you, I know what I see. Them neighbors won't be here soon. They'll be out of here. Anywho, let's keep going. Let's not get sidetracked. All right, let's see what's going on. All right, so yeah, so that was a friend or ex-friend here that was involved in this foolishness. They didn't want you to know the type of game that they had going against you. Then you have the Two of Swords here as well too. So they're in tough decisions, or they have tough decisions to make. They feel very stuck. They feel like that they're stuck in the middle, which is something that they did not want to be stuck in. And then we have the Star here in reverse. So it could be an Aquarius here. An Aquarius is feeling very insecure, or they feel like they're in despair. Yes, and then we have the Eight of Swords here. And then the Three of Swords. So they feel stuck, and they're heartbroken because you know what they're doing towards you. Man. Baby, again, it don't pay to be evil. It don't. You have the Devil here. Could be a Capricorn that you're dealing with. However it resonates, that is going through a lot of bad news here. Ace of Pentacles, loss of opportunities. They lost money because when they took this money, this is when other areas within their life started to decline or dissipate. You know what I mean? And they're in their head a lot. Yeah, they broke up a family dynamic. Okay, however it resonates. They got caught in their own game. Tower. I'm going to end this here and I'm going to go take care of this because I don't want this to copyright my video at all, because the way that's playing, that's going to irritate me. So I'm going to take care of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come off of here. I'm going to come on a little bit later. The Ace of Pentacles was in reverse. Yes, it was in reverse. So it was like a loss of money, loss of opportunities, insecurities, scarcity, things of that nature. All right, so let's see who is involved in this. We have Taurus. Okay. You can't hear it? Okay. If you can't hear it, that's good. Y'all can't hear it, right? You just hear like the remnants of it. Okay, cool. All right. Well, then I'm going to keep going. All right. Okay. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going with that. I just want to make sure y'all couldn't hear the... Okay, cool. The echo is cool. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay. All right, so we have the Tower here. All right, I'm gonna stay. Okay, all right, okay, all right. That's all I wanted to know. Let's keep going. We have the Eight of Swords here. They're going through a lot of nightmares right now. Okay, lots and lots of nightmares because of the tower that they created. The tower is between themselves, the parent, the toxic parents, and this ex-lover or the ex-spouse here. Oh, okay, I'll put it in this way because we also have, wow, okay, So we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Judgment here, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So with the Seven of Wands here represents like being ready to fight, or they're fighting against each other here because of the judgment that they called upon themselves. It's like they call judgment on themselves, you know what I mean? But with the Nine of Swords here, I feel like that they're using these swords to fight against one another. Yeah. Let's see, what else? Let's see. All right, let's see. So we have the Six of Wands here because of all of your hard work and your success in regards to like solving your, I don't want to say it like that, but solving a case of self, if that makes sense. Because you were aware as to what they were doing, like you were able to see through it, and you were able to you were able to, I'm drawing a blank. You were able to subdue them. You were able to destroy them at their own game because you finally stood up. Yeah, self-preservation. Yeah. The thing is, so Bunny Shy Girl says on Instagram, they had to know the day was coming. And I disagree. And the reason being is because they always thought that they were not going to get caught because of the type of things that they were doing. So I really don't feel like they felt that this day was coming. I don't. Because if they did, honestly, they probably would have never done it. You know what I mean? Because the heat was too hot, or what they were doing could bring forth a lot of heat or a lot of unwanted attention. And they never suspected that, because this is something that they've always done. This is their MO, you know what I mean? So respectfully, I disagree. I do disagree respectfully. But with the Ten of Wands here, Okay, they're carrying a lot of burdens or the sticks that were meant for you because they were trying to create a fire in your life, right? They were trying to create a uphill or, you know, a foolishness, and it just didn't work in the way that they anticipated because your intuition, or more so the yeah, just the discernment of self was stronger than the darkness that they thought that they can hide from you. So that's why I always say, make sure if you can learn as much as you can about you, and to ensure that, you know, there's not no one can walk over you, or no one can I can't concentrate in this way. I'm being honest, I have to let this go. I'm going to come back on, I am, but I have to take care of this. So y'all gonna have to give me some time. I have other reads, private reads that I have to do. So if you would like to book a private read, you can. I need to be able to concentrate. And for the blaring like this, it's just very disrespectful. So I'm going to take care of this. And I'm going to come on a little bit later, okay? So let me just see what signs are involved here. We have Libra. We have Cancer. We have Aries. We have Taurus. We have Libra. Capricorn. Sag. Aquarius. All right. So if that resonates, I'm going to keep this on Instagram. If that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Yeah, every time I go live, every time, like clockwork, every time. That's why I decided to go live earlier, you know what I mean? And every time, as soon as they wake up, they start their foolishness. But it's okay. I'm not worrying about anything. I'm going to always be the victor in it all. And it is what it is. All right. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here. Until next time, until the next one, I'll see y'all soon. Bye, TikTok. Thank you for the gifts. Bye, Instagram. I'm going to save this, okay? All right. And I'll see you on a bit, YouTube. Thank you for being here.